Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaku,
Michael Stokes, baby.
and we are back for another episode.
I was going to say another week. That's why I was just like, I'll let him go.
New week, new drink, baby.
New week, new drink. It is February. We are highlighting all black-owned alcohol brands out there. Chaku kicked it off last week with brown sugar bourbon owned by Jamie Foxx. So this week, we are going to run it back once again, not with the brown sugar bourbon, but we're going to be drinking Indoggo strawberry flavored gin by Snoop Dogg. So this is Snoop Dogg's gin.
For shizzle dizzle.
For shizzle, my nizzle. And the Bevy that we're drinking is called the Georgia Gin Cocktail. It's made with gin, peach schnapps, and OJ. And then you top it off with a nice little orange wedge on that bad boy. So put that down right there.
Man, so like seeing that Snoop has a gin brand, it just kind of brings things full circle, you know, like gin and juice.
He had to. He had to have a gin brand. I'm not sure how long it's been around. I'm hoping it's been around longer than the wine that he has. But, I mean, you can't have a song synonymous with the alcohol and not have your own brand of that alcohol. You feel me?
This nigga Snoop does everything.
Oh, he's everywhere.
He's in like German commercials.
Oh, yeah.
He just did he posted that one shit. He's like, Snoop will do anything for the bag.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck. That's crazy. Like, man, because I was watching that when we watched that, what's it called? Dark Side of the 90s. They touch on like Snoop Dogg in the murder case that he, you know what I'm saying? Like that he beat. And it's just like, damn, like you talk about image reconstruction and rebranding of a person. I think only like him and Robert Downey Jr. Have done like have done like just perfect image rebrandings of each other, because it's like, fuck, man.
Came back from the trenches.
This nigga's doing shit with Martha fucking Stewart, yo.
For real.
Like,
that just shows you that Martha Stewart's probably a fucking thug, though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I bet you she open hand smacks bitches.
She did her white crimes and shit. Yeah, white collar crimes.
She was in jail for a little bit. She did a little bit.
Wasn't even like a bad jail. They had like tennis courts and spas and shit.
I think that's one person I want to meet is Martha Stewart.
I bet. Martha Stewart.
I don't know why, but maybe it's because her relationship with Snoop.
It's just,
I'm gonna put that energy out there in the universe.
Yeah.
Meet Martha Stewart.
Just like run into her. You'll be DJing real quick. You're
like, oh, Martha. Hey,
I heard a lot about you.
How are you? All right. So anyways, tell me how to make that apple strudel. Oh, man. All right, let's tap into this.
Let's go and get a swig of this. I've actually been sipping on mine already. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. It's refreshing, but it's tasty. And it's all about the OJ, my guy. You know, I grabbed the freshly squeezed OJ.
I got most of it on my shirt. But you know what this tastes like and what it reminds me? This is fucking delicious. By the way, I just want you to know. This shit like pulled on my heartstrings a little bit. So there's this place that we used to have in South Dakota. I don't know if they had it anywhere else, but it was called Orange Julius.
I've heard of Orange Julius.
And one of the drinks that they had, it tastes like this. And it's like orange juice and like strawberry and something. And this is exactly what it reminds me of. Oh. And this is very dangerous because I could probably chug this shit and just be fucked up the rest of the show.
You would be a saucy boy if you just slammed on this shit. Let me double check.
And even with like the slice of orange in here, bro, this is probably my new favorite drink. What's this called?
This is called a Georgia Gin Cocktail.
The Georgia Gin Cocktail is probably my favorite drink.
This is only 40 alcohol per.
So double
volume. Up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's simple.
So double. Yo, this shit is good. This is a perfect like summer. It's like post gym drink.
See, I knew I was gonna do a gin. I was like, well, I don't want to do a gin and juice again because Nico, he laid that bitch down. So I was like, what's a different gin beverage I can make?
Nico, I'm sorry, bro, but this is like try this and just tell me how you feel.
Nico, yeah, do the recipe. Make sure you get the freshly squeezed OJ from HEB
and get the Indoggo. Is it Indoggo?
I'm pronouncing it Doggo because it put the two double G, put the double G's in there.
Double G. S and double O P D O double G.
With the peach schnapps, schnapps if you like, and you should be good to go from there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm
already.
I know. Also, we're using smaller cups. We had an incident. The official Saucy Boys cups. One of them had it. RIP. You know what I'm saying?
My dumb ass broke it.
He fucked it up.
I fucked it up.
It was hanging in there for a little bit, and then he said, "I gotta go."
So I was washing the dishes, right? And when I the middle part of the sink. Yeah. I was putting them up real quick on the counter, and it just fucking smacked it, and it was like, and I was like, oh shit. But it held up for a couple of weeks, a few weeks.
It did. Actually, it was like a month and a half almost. Yeah. Oh wow! You told me about that shit a while ago.
I'm all cutting my lip on the glass and shit. And yeah, it's good. It still works.
He was nice enough to drink out of the cracked one, so I appreciate that.
It was my fault. So,
but yeah.
Oh, speaking of like artists that have alcohol or like I guess like companies. So remember when Pharrell had Cream?
No. I've
always wanted to try Cream, and I never got to try it.
What was Cream?
It was like this pink. It was almost like it kind of looked like a smoothie. So like what's that one? Is it like horchata or the fuck is it called though?
Like the
rum chata.
Yeah, rum chata.
It's like that, but it was like a pink.
Okay,
and it came in like the fancy bottle.
I think I've seen that before.
And when we did that show in Austin at Kick Butt, and we ended up going to the liquor store next to it, they had it in there. I was like, man, should I get it?
Get a little pink.
But I never got it.
There's a bunch of like old drinks out there that I honestly want to try on the show that I never got to try when I was younger. Like I never tried that Nuvo shit that T-Pain was pumping.
Yo, Nuvo.
For a long time.
Dog. So I used to work at the liquor store on base, and they used to sell that. And one of my coworkers, I wasn't 21 at the time, but he was, and he would always hook us up with bottles.
This guy.
And so we'd be drinking a Nuvo. It was
statutes of limitation.
I don't know that nigga's name. I don't remember.
But if you did, now Nuvo. I gotta try Incredible Hulk as an adult. I had it at my sister's wedding when I was 18 because it was the only drink I can think of at the top of my head when they told me it was an open bar. And the bartender should have known I wasn't 21 because I was ordering that shit. I was like, yeah, let me get an Incredible Hulk.
Remember Armadale vodka?
Oh, yeah.
Never got to try that either.
I don't think it exists anymore.
I don't think it does either.
I think they sold the rights to it.
I never got to try Cristal.
Yeah, that's one. That's another one. I still got to try a Thug Passion. That is
What the fuck is that?
Fuck. What did he say that was? What did that nigga say? It's Hennessy and Alizé. That's Tupac's drink of choice. The Thug Passion.
How did I not know that?
It was on one of the later tracks after he had passed away. He's like, yo, we got something new out here, nigga. It's called Thug Passion. Alizé and Hennessy. You know that nigga was always like Hennessy and enemy.
Yo, Hennessy is not good.
It isn't.
I'm sorry, but Hennessy, that drink is for demons.
Yeah, that is because like it's just so rough as a cognac. Because even when we tried that, when I brought that French one on here, that was so much more smooth and easy to drink. Like Hennessy is just.
You know which one is pretty good? Douce.
Oh yeah,
Douce.
Douce. That's another black-owned one. Another black-owned brand.
Yeah, man, but all these man, if y'all got like a off the wall liquor that's still out there that y'all want us to try, let us know so we can get that shit and try it on the show. Cause I'm down. I am fucking down.
Yeah.
I still haven't had Ace of Spades neither. I almost bought a bottle for our 1 year.
Fuck.
I almost did.
Damn, nigga, we should have got the Ace.
But,
Louis Moet Hennessy.
We'll do that soon.
Yeah, we can get in.
We got a champagne pop for a special episode. One of these episodes, we just got to figure out which one's special.
Yep.
They're all special, but
all special to
which
us.
one's the more special
These
episode?
are our babies.
These are our babies. These are children.
Movie with the sound off. The greatest movie in the world, The Dark Knight.
Dark fucking Knight.
My favorite movie. This movie is super long, but it moves so fast.
It does.
Because of how many times I've fucking seen this movie. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's almost halfway through. That's crazy to think of. Also, before we get any further, big shout out to Amanda and Juanita. We do got your shirts right here. Appreciate you guys supporting the brand. We got your merch packs coming to you. We'll be getting those to you as soon as we can.
ASAP.
As you can see, I am wearing mine because I am the bearer of the Bevy.
I'm glad I didn't wear mine because I spilled orange juice.
And I would have been highly upset with you.
I spilled, what's it called? Georgia
gin cocktail.
I spilled Georgia gin on my shirt.
Yeah, I had to look at my thing again.
Nah, that is really good though.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Concept.
You're welcome.
But I did want to take some time because it's right around in that time that probably a decade ago.
I already know what you're getting at because I'm fucking excited.
Me and you would be, my phone, my Facebook would be blowing up with all these RSVPs, getting ready and prepared for what would be South by Southwest.
Yes.
And this is the first South by Southwest that's in person since COVID.
Yeah.
I believe. So, I mean, it's getting rolling again. Good for the city of Austin. They need it. It's I never realized how much money that festival brings in.
You gotta think about how many fucking companies are down there. That shit is crazy.
So many companies are just up off that. But it's like, I'm thinking again, and I just want to take some time to reminisce, and we could reminisce or we could talk about it. Because, like, I know what's coming, but I'm not really that hyped. One, I'm going to be out of town anyways. But also, I'm just like, I don't even think I've seen, like, the act list yet. I don't know who's going to be there.
So I've been seeing people post recently. I know KG posted something. KG's a very adamant person when it comes to South by Southwest because he's on top of, like, all the RSVPs. He finds all the exclusive shit, all the parties. And I used to be like that to an extent, but then, like, after a while, like, South by just got to a point where it really,
corporate.
Yeah, it really wasn't what it used to be. And then I'm kind of excited to. The only reason I'm really excited to see now is just because this is the first time they're doing it since COVID. Yeah. And I know it's good because one of my homies, he used to, like, shoot every time South by Southwest would come around. So he would do a lot of filming and shit out there. And which, I was hoping by this time, like, I'd be ready to get out there and start shooting some shit and just, like, being, behind the scenes and kind of catching those, events. But, unfortunately, things happen, so not at that point yet. But it's cool to see, like, those people get back to work and do some shit. I do want to try to get out there and possibly DJ, maybe some parties out there, but we'll see how that shit goes.
Yeah, if you can land a gig or whatnot, definitely. I'll try and slide through. I'm gonna be gone till the 9th.
Okay. And
I know that the first week of South by is all movies.
Yeah.
So I'll be there in time for the music week. Definitely. So I'll be able to fly back in and hopefully maybe if you've landed a gig up there or something, I'll slide through definitely because, like, the vibe is still the vibe. Like, it's still a pretty cool vibe to be in that city. It's just you can definitely tell it's changed so much from back in the day where, like, you could just hit your RSVPs and just go there and walk around and you're going to stumble into something, like, amazing.
Yeah, you're going to run into, artists and actors and all kinds of... It's just a whole shitload of people out there, and it's just, like, the potential to run into somebody that you are really a fan of is possible.
I was telling my girl because we were up there like 2 weeks ago when we went, like, shopping and all that shit. And she, like, I had mentioned something about, like, we used to have a homeboy who worked at a hotel downtown. So every year for, like, South by, he could hook us up. And if he couldn't, then we'd stay at his spot off of Stastny. Yeah. Shout out to EJ.
Big homie.
And she was, like, asking me, like, how many South bys have you gone to? You seem like an expert. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I can't count anymore. I don't remember I think the first time I ever tried to go was, like, 2009. And then, like, it was, like, a constant thing for, like, a solid 5 to 6 years of, like, you have to go. And, like, back then, I was, like, trying to express to her, like, see, like, before all these skyscrapers started jumping up, you had, like, these lots that you can just park your car at for no fee. And, like, I was, like, showing her, I was, like, right over there where all those, like, that whole fucking on East 6 where all those condos and shit are at. I was like, that used to be an empty lot.
Yeah.
So no one would charge you for it. You could just pull in and park there, and then Fader Fort would set up right there.
Yep.
And, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy too, because, like, a lot of spots, like, within the city, like around, like, 6 and shit, like, there would be, like, empty lots where, like, no buildings were, and people would like set up events there. Like you would be like out there one day, and then the next day like you pop up and there's like a fucking Ferris wheel.
Fuck yeah.
And like all kinds of shit, and it's dope. Like you'll see it, like somebody start setting up a stage, or either that, like they're setting up for like the Woody Awards. I remember over there by where I think like the convention center is, they built something over there now, but before it was just like an empty lot. Yeah. And people would go, like that's where they would have the Woody Awards. Yeah. I was like, man, that shit.
I remember that too. I forgot what is there now. I think they're putting another skyscraper or another hotel.
Yeah, I think it's some hotel or some shit.
I know like 10 more fucking hotels have popped up on that skyline since the last time I went. But man, I was thinking, because you said the Woody Awards. I remember that was the first time I ever saw Steve Aoki. Yeah. And like that was how I got introduced to him, was him jumping off the stage with the cake, and those assholes didn't catch him, and he ended up breaking the arm at that time. And I remember like right after that happened, like the article popped up like popular DJ breaks arm in Austin. I was like, God damn.
People, like wild shit. And then like that whole shit with me and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, motherfuckers saved Justin Bieber's life.
That was in Austin. That's crazy. I was on Justin Bieber's Twitter. Yeah. That shit is wild.
And it's crazy because like it didn't come back for at least, what was it, like 5 years? It was like 5 years
7 years.
Like, holy shit.
This shit happened in like 2014.
This man.
And for some fucking weird reason, I wake up one day and everybody's texting me like, yo, why are you on Justin Bieber's Twitter right now? And I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? And I seen Satorian say some shit like, oh, this man Johnson out here. And so I looked and I was like, holy shit. I was like, this motherfucker Justin Bieber see my face.
That's crazy.
This shit is weird. And see, that was back then, like when I was excited to like see, you know, celebrities and shit. So like I would take selfie videos and shit like, oh my God, it's such and such, right? And then now I'm just at a point where it's like, I feel like that shit was so corny. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it, because if not, then Justin Bieber would be in some bullshit right now. Yeah. So
didn't you like break a record for how many times you saw Gambino back then? Like
I think so.
Like you just randomly kept, everywhere you went, he just ended up being performing and shit like that.
I was on it. I'm a big Gambino fan. And so they did this party for, I probably said this on the pod before, but they did this party for Microsoft, and there's this game called Titanfall. And they did
game sucks, but go on.
They did a show for it. And so like at this event, like they had a bunch of like Xboxes set up and whatever. So we knew this girl that worked at a bar, tap room.
Wow.
And
good old tap room.
She was like, yeah, well, the bar that I work at, I guess they were like the ones that bartending for the event or setting up. So she's like, just carry one of these in and y'all are good. So we weren't even with her. She was like, yeah, just carry these in and y'all can get in. And so she sent us to like some of the other bartenders, and we just like carried these little fucking lime trays and shit in there. We went in, and Gambino's doing sound check and shit. And so we're sitting there listening to sound check, like eating free food in there. They had the game on, so like we could like try the game out. Yeah. So we're testing the game, and then like we're sitting in this like little area on the side, and he walks up with some lady. They're about to do an interview for like before the show. Yeah. And so they're like, hey, can we have this area real quick? And he was wearing like you know how like back then he was wearing the shit with like the dirty Cortez and like all that shit. So he just like walks by, and I was like, look at him. I'm like, oh fuck this. I wanted to say
just
hi.
Like to Gambino.
I wanted to say hi. We just kind of looked at each other and just kept it moving. But I was like, oh shit, and then so like same thing, did the stupid ass selfie video. I have it on my Instagram, and it's just like he's like shoulder, like his legs like right by my shoulder, and I'm just like fanboying like a motherfucker.
Like, is this light skinned guy like taking a selfie video?
Like, who's this South by selfie guy? So yeah, it was. I mean, the experience was cool. I'm glad I do have those videos, but at the like looking back at it now, it's just like I wish I would have been more in the experience.
Exactly. Yeah, we've discussed this before. Like that's the asshole that that we used to be. Mm-hmm. And now when I see people who do that, when they're like having a great time, enjoying if they're at a place that's dope and they won't get off their phone, they won't put down their phone and just enjoy it. Yeah. It annoys me. And like you see so many like unnecessarily long Instagram stories nowadays. It's like, hey, we're taking another shot again. Like, okay, cool, put the phone down, just enjoy the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get it.
So, but like that Justin Bieber shit was crazy though, because like whenever I first posted that video, like my phone would not like. I didn't have my phone most of South by because like my battery was dying from how many people were like. And then like some chick from TMZ hit me up and was like, "Where were you and Justin going?" I'm like,
way back. This is back when battery life hadn't been perfected by either of the phone companies.
Yeah,
either of them. So your phone was gonna die. I remember I had one of them. I had the for my Samsung Galaxy back in the day. I had it was like a pack that you put on it and it carried an extra battery on
like
it.
The Morphe shit.
Like, yeah, I think it was called like Hyperion or some shit like that. But yeah, I had to rock that shit just to keep juice for the whole fucking...
Just to stay juiced up.
The whole fucking thing. And it's, man.
Yeah, no, like it's crazy like looking back at that shit because like then it's just like... I mean, I remember most of the shit that I did, but I feel like I would have had more fun if I just wasn't on my phone taking selfies and shit. So, and then like it's at a point now to where, like, I just like if I see somebody that's I guess like a celebrity or somebody famous, like I'll give them a head nod and then I'll just keep it moving. Yeah. Because I don't like. Did I tell you that day I seen Patty Mills? I was setting up for a gig at Boxcar. And I just look out the corner of my eye and I see this big ass white dog and I'm like, God damn, it's a big ass dog. And it's like some tall white chick was like walking it, and I see him walk up and I was like, man, that dude look like Patty Mills. I was like, oh shit, that's Patty Mills.
That's Patty Mills.
And he looked the way he looked at me though, like when we made eye contact. The way he looked at me, he's like, oh shit, nigga, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. So I just look at him,
just trying to walk my dog.
Yeah,
walk my dog.
So I just look at him. I was like. And then I just kept walking.
Just keep it going.
I know that motherfucker was like, oh, thank God.
I think it's like a 20s to 30s thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in your 20s, you're like, oh my God, he's in my peer group. And oh man, you're just like me and blah, blah. And I got to get a video. And then like when you get older, it's just like, man, they probably get that shit all the time. They don't want somebody to get in their fucking face and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like if it happens, if you come my way and someone has a camera and gets a picture, send that shit to me. But I'm not gonna walk up to you and be like, "Yo, can I get a picture? Can I get a selfie, bro?" Like,
I did that one time, and I regret it. And the reason I do is because did I ever tell you the story?
What's his name? Fuck. Just Blaze?
Yes.
Yeah, you told me about Just Blaze.
So, just for the people out there, if y'all haven't heard. So we go to South by Southwest. There's another South by moment. I'm with my homie DJ Therapy Ruben, and we go to the South by Southwest show, and it's Jazzy Jeff. And it's at Rooftop on Summit. Where's that at? It's like I forgot what street it's on. It's over there by. Where the fuck is Summit at?
Summit. It's man. I don't want to get into logistics.
Anyways, yeah.
It's in Austin. There you go.
So, anyways. So we go to the show and it's Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff is a fucking amazing DJ. And like the room, so Craze was on before him and like the shit was popping. And I was still having a good time when Jazzy was up there, but like a lot of people were just really fucked up because they were drinking all day and they just started like,
oh yeah, they were
like disappearing. And so by this point, it's just like you could walk right next to the booth. And so we're like, I'm shoulder to shoulder with Just Blaze. Like, this shit is crazy. Because this is Just Blaze. Like, the motherfucker that made public service announcement and all kinds of dope songs and all the shit that you would hear on, like, NBA Street Volume 2. Like, yeah. I'm like, I'm standing shoulder to shoulder with this nigga. This shit is crazy. And so, show ends and, like, everybody walks outside. They just all, like, walk downstairs with us and, like, their van's out front. But by this time, it's probably like almost 2 a.m. Like it's late. And the reason why I regret this so much is because of where I'm at now in my career and how tiring it is to like do a gig and then, you know, like talk to people afterwards.
Some motherfucker come up to you and shit.
Yeah. So I'm just standing there and like a bunch of people are like kind of hounding them like, hey, can I get a pin? And so I just kind of looked at him and he looked at me. It was him and Jazzy, and I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "You mind if I get a picture real quick?" And not even pressing. Like if he said no, I'd have been like, "All right, cool,
all good, bro."
So he just kind of gave me a head nod. He's like, "Yeah, that's cool." And so they both kind of like look at me, and I just like stand next to him. And Ruben goes to take the picture, and you know how like back in the day, like when you would click to take the picture, but it would take a second for it to take.
Yeah.
So he did that, and he was trying to get it real quick, and it didn't take on time. So like he's already bringing the phone down. Nigga, I go back to look at the picture and it's just me and Just Blaze's feet. I'm like, yo. But, you know, but like seeing them after the show and like just seeing how like exhausted they were.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'll never do that shit again. Because I understand now. Like, I get it. So, you'll never catch me fanboying.
You learn your lesson.
Yeah. I'm done with my fanboying phase.
Me, I remember seeing ASAP Rocky in the middle of 6th Street. Shout out to him for knocking up Rihanna, bastard. But this is long before that. And motherfuckers were just freestyling in a circle in a nice little cipher in the middle of 6th Street. And I like stood in it and like homeboy was just like, shout out ASAP Rocky, holding down the ASAP mob. And I look over to my right and there's ASAP Rocky just 2 people away from me, just like vibing in the middle of a cipher. I also think about the Schoolboy Q concert that we just randomly stumbled upon.
Yeah.
Like somebody was like, yo, Schoolboy's he's at Stubbs.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh, all right, cool. Hey, so's that van store, that pop-up van store. Let's go over there, then go to Stubbs. We just magically waited in line at the perfect time. Ended up getting in, and then it tops off. I ended up dapping up Schoolboy Q while he's walking to the stage because like I look over to my right and I see motherfuckers getting moved out of the way by like a bodyguard nigga my size. And then like he gets to me and I like just step out of the way. And then right behind him is Schoolboy and I'm like, oh shit, what up, Schoolboy? And he's just like, hey, what's up, man? Just dapped me up and went straight to the stage.
That nigga's hella cool though. And see, I don't smoke, right? Yeah. I don't smoke weed.
I do. I was high as shit that day.
But they did a meet and greet here. I told you this, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did a meet and greet here, and like
because it was kind of like an overflow thing, right? Because
yeah.
it was like South. They couldn't get like a venue up in Austin.
So this was before they got to like that point, though. Okay. This is like whenever Kendrick did his first show down here at the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
So like they do this little meet and greet at this small paint shop, and Schoolboy Q was the first one to walk in. Him and then Absol. And that nigga walks right up to me. He's like, "Hey, yo, where the weed, nigga?" And my dumb ass, I don't smoke, so I'm just like. I just look at the motherfucker like
awkward ass, just like
sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry, Q.
Sorry, Q.
Sorry, Q.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah. So I just look like a complete fucking nerd. And I have these awkward moments because did I tell you about the time I met Asher Roth?
I think you did.
Were you there?
Was I?
It was at because it was him, Freddie Gibbs. It was like the cool kids, like they were all there. Remember that picture we got with? I was with Sadiq, Sohel.
I think I wasn't with you that night.
Okay.
Was it night or day?
It was night.
I think oh man, I'm not sure. I think we might have separated. Because I got tired of waiting in lines at one point in time, and I was just like, fuck that, I'm just going to go get fucked up. So I just went to like 6th Street and just got saucy, you know?
We get done at that show, and like Asher's like, up front, and this is when I was passing out my mixtapes.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wait joint. And so me and Asher Roth had a brief exchange on Twitter, and this is like a long time ago, and it was just like, oh yeah, like I forgot what the conversation was, but so my dumb ass, I'm sitting there and I hand him a mixtape and he's like, oh yeah, man, appreciate that, I like the cover, the artwork's dope. And I'm just like, my head, I'm like, this is the I Love College dude, this shit is dope. I bought your first album, this shit is crazy. And I was like, yeah, man, we talked on Twitter.
Oh, nigga.
And then I was like, in my head, I was like,
oh fuck.
We got a picture together, but after like we took the picture, I just kind of had my head down. I was like, let me
weird ass motherfucker.
Let me hold this, because when he looked at me, he was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, this nigga doesn't care if we talked on Twitter.
1 million people.
But yeah, so, but I mean, and then like that too was like, we seen everybody outside, like fucking, what's that dude's name? It was Chuck, Mikey, a couple of other people were out there. Evidence, he was there, like the Alchemist. Like it was just like all these people, and we ended up getting pictures with everybody.
See, I remember seeing Cool Kids that same year, but it was in the daytime.
It was in the day. That's when we seen 88 Keys.
Okay.
So we seen 88 Keys, we seen the Cool Kids, and then we ended up seeing Pac Div. Because remember we went to that pizza spot?
Right. Yeah.
And they were like at the pizza spot and they were all chilling. I was like, yo, that's fucking Pac Div.
I remember I was in a relationship at that time, and my ex was very jealous. So I think the reason why I didn't stay for the Asher Roth thing was because I had to get my ass home immediately. So it's like I only went for the show in the daytime, and then the next thing I know, I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, so I've had my fair share of saying stupid, awkward shit. And so, like, that's why I'm just over it. That's why I'm just over, like, this. So, like, when I met homie the first time, I was just like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to
keep it cool.
I'm just going to wave and just not make myself look like a dumbass.
Be cool. Because it worked out in the long run.
Because you know how many people, like, I assume just, like, go up to them, like, oh, yeah, who's fucking, and start, like, saying out, like, random shit.
You dropped this much on Chicago back in 2013, man. I was there, front row.
Yeah,
no one wants to hear that shit.
Like, dog, he probably don't even remember that.
He don't
shit.
give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. The easiest way to be cool with somebody, and I'm not someone who's friends with someone who gets notoriety like that, but it's just like, just don't keep your fanboyism at the door.
Yeah. Like,
check that shit at the door, because that's the quickest way for them to, like, separate, oh, you just a fan, to, oh, man, you're pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got this Spurs hat on, and it's like I am a Spurs fan, but it's like I get lumped in because it's just the Spurs hat. But I'm not going to come up to a motherfucker if I see you, like, a player, and just be like, yo, man, great game, or shit like that. I did that with one time. It was a Spur no one really remembers. His name was Roger Mason, and we were at this club called Dulce over on 1604. If you're not familiar with San Antonio, it's just over in this very affluent side of town, very rich side of town. And like, he was just posted up on the wall minding his own business, and you know, I've been sipping all night. I'm feeling myself, so I just walked up to him. I was like, "Yo, man, great game last night. Good game winner, dog." And he was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "Yeah, my guy. Appreciate it, bro." And I just walked away. Like, I was just like, told my friends, like, "Yo, I just dapped up Roger Mason, bro. Like, yo, it was dope." Motherfucker was off the team like next year. No one gave a shit. It was crazy. But yeah, that's probably my most awkward moment.
It's just like you see it, and I see people walk up and they're just like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then sometimes, like, the only time people like ask questions or like want to come over is like they see a crowd of people, and most of the time they don't even know who the fuck the person is. And so I'm pretty sure like they get that a lot.
Yeah.
And so
it's no different than being like, if you're a celebrity and you got like you got something coming out, you're gonna do like they call it the car wash of all these shows, and they're always gonna be asking you about what you're promoting and all that shit. I always told myself, if I ever like made it big and was like in a reporting status or something like that, to break the ice, I'd always just be like, "Do you like flats or drums?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd ask them like something offbeat, just so like they'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah. And like now, of course, there's a lot of like media that does that now, and they've been able to get by on doing that. But that would be me. Like, I always want to learn about the person, not about like, okay, you can you got to promote this thing.
Yeah, because they get those questions all day.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, man, just ask me what my fucking favorite food is. Yeah. Like, what do you prefer more?
Like Chicago deep dish or New York? What is it?
Don't talk to me about fucking music and basketball.
Exactly.
Talk to me about some regular shit.
Go the opposite way of whatever that person is famous for.
Or just don't ask them questions at all.
Yeah.
Just give them a head nod, maybe a dap, and just keep it moving.
Head nod, dap. If something funny happens, if you're witty enough and you can tag on a joke that can maybe get a laugh in, go ahead and try it. Shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only thing that's going to happen is niggas just not going to laugh. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to get that like, yeah, this motherfucker's stupid.
But if you get one off and niggas think you funny, then yo.
So we did this thing at Blue Box. It was like a little, I guess like an after game thing. And Rudy popped in for a little bit.
And you said his name.
Yeah. So like we're sitting there and I'm DJing. And just to like show you like how annoying this shit is just he was being cool with everybody. He said what's up. But these dudes, he was like, "Hey man," he's like, "It was cool, like just, you know, don't take no pictures or whatever. Like, we're just chilling." And so people started like snapping pictures, and like this dude on the side kept trying to be sneaky about the shit. And I'm like, bro, so I just kept sticking my head in the fucking way. I'm like, stop. Like, what? Like, first of all, you in my face. Yeah. You standing right in front of the fucking DJ table, and
that's
you're like,
cornball mentality.
And your flash is going off. You're right in my face. I'm like, yo, like, chill.
I know that night that you introduced him to me, and I met him. Like, I didn't even want to dap him up. I just wanted to just like not acknowledge him, not even in like in a rude way. Just be like, oh, what up, nigga? Just another nigga and shit. But you just like, yo, this my man's Mike. He's like, oh, what's up, Mike? I was like, oh,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, nice, cool.
And then I just, you know, minding my own business. I didn't like turn around and like, yo, can I get a picture? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just mind your own fucking business and you'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. But Yeah.
Yeah, motherfuckers be acting extra.
That's crazy.
But South by is definitely like one of those places where you have the potential to run into somebody. So if you do, don't be a dick.
A lot. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, if you can now, because I know it's stupid corporate now. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get into events.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do all this RSVP shit. You gotta buy a bracelet.
Yeah, as far as for like the last 5 years, everything I've heard is if you don't buy the silver bracelet, you ain't getting any shit.
You're not getting in.
You might as well just not go. So and that's the thing that sucks.
But even that too is like you have the bracelet and it's still hard as fuck to get into those events because it's all first come first serve really.
Exactly.
So unless you're like part of the act, were you there that night? We almost got to the Justin Timberlake shit.
Was that the one where me and EJ were acting like your bodyguards?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I was like, I got these tall
motherfuckers
like, with me.
This is DJ Johnson. He's one of the acts on the list.
And that photographer came out of nowhere. It was like, hey, he's like, and then he's like, so who are you? I was like, I ain't nobody, nigga. Like, we just trying to get into this show real quick. He's like, can I come with y'all? I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I don't care.
Let's go.
You make the shit look that much
It's
sweeter.
like a real fucking ensemble.
Entourage,
you know?
yeah. So that shit, man, if we would have gotten to that show. But I remember seeing like the security, like when he opened up that back door and fucking Questlove like walked by and like I was like, what, man, we about to be in that bitch. And then he's like, oh yeah, you got to tell Gene to bring your badges. And I was like, my phone's dead. Like I don't have, nobody else has Gene's number.
Who the fuck is Gene?
I'm all trying to play it off, like act like we know who this motherfucker is, so he'll let us in. It's like, it's probably like 8 or 9 of us, right?
Yeah, we're pretty deep that night.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
We're pretty deep.
I feel like if you just walk around out there with like a entourage full of niggas wearing the same color,
I'm saying,
like, people will think you're somebody, and you could just start handing shit out.
They'll think you made
and you'll get a file. I mean, I don't know about now. Back then, you could do that.
You know, because you say that one of the main things I remember was that rapper John Connor.
Yeah, John.
One year, he had like a fucking entourage with him, and it's like he wasn't like something then, but it's like off of the way he presented himself, just walking the streets, having people all wearing the same shirts.
Yep.
They had like picket signs
they had them
and
big
shit.
ass, yeah.
Like he had a fucking mob of people that it was like, oh, that's John Connor. He's gonna be something. You know what I'm saying?
And I've heard some of his stuff before, but I really wasn't like on him.
Yeah.
Not like Amzai was. Amzai and them were like deep on that shit. I was like, oh damn. And then like I listened to some shit and he was all right.
He definitely had like a street team quality to him that they had a plan of attack and they did it, and it was like, okay, that's cool. That's dope.
Did you ever get to see the Bevy out there?
No. I think that's before. I think that's after I stopped going.
So I went out one year and I seen the Bevy out there. And no lie, this nigga was in the middle of 6th Street in a fucking diaper and some J's on, and no bullshit. And that's crazy because like I seen him then, I was like, yo, this nigga's out here with it, like. And in my head I'm thinking like, if he's doing this shit, like this nigga's music probably sucks, right?
Yeah.
And so like there was people around him like handing out shit, and I was just like, nah, I'm good on that. It's like, you got this grown ass man in a diaper. It was funny. It was cool. It was a nice little marketing thing, but. And then like to see his progression, like where he's at now, I was like, oh, holy shit, that was a nigga on 6th Street in a diaper. Like,
well, shit. Think about this. We probably crossed paths with Meg Thee Stallion too back then, because she got arrested at like she said she got like, I remember it came out when she first blew up, but it was like she got arrested at like South by Southwest 2015 or something.
Damn.
For like an assault on her boyfriend. And I was just like thinking like, damn, man, we were probably
in the same spot.
We probably just passed right by her and didn't think shit about it back then. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's us like spewing our love of something that used to be like really good. Hopefully it could eventually get back to the way it used to be. But if not, hey, I'm not going to try and sway you from not going. Always go and try out a South by Southwest.
I'm going to try it. You know what I do appreciate about South by like now is all the companies that like go out there and like set up, you know, whether it's like a promotion for a TV show that's coming out, promotion for a service or whatever. It's like they always have these like free parties or like things that you can go to, and like they give out like swag and shit like that. Like sometimes they give out like phone chargers or like, you know, free drinks, free shit. So I mean, those are always cool to go see too, because like I remember Uber Eats had one and it was like on the corner, and like they fucking painted the whole building like green, or they like put like that wrap around it. So they made like the whole building like green and black, and at certain times you just go by the window and they would give you like free food.
Yeah.
And so that was like one of the cool things. What was another company that had some shit out there? I just like, if you go out there, you'll see. And hopefully like this year, like, you know, every year it gets a little bit bigger, a little bit better.
That's the big issue with I mean, not like the big issue, but that's why like it hasn't been in person for 2 years, was because when the companies pulled out in 2020, that's what shut it down. Like the music, some of the music acts were backing out, but not all of them. But when like AT&T was like, "Nah, we're not coming," and like all these big corporate companies were like, "Nah, we don't want to." And then last year, same thing of just like, "Yeah, we're not." COVID's a little. We don't want to show up. That's why this one, more than like, it's gonna be a big deal. There's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be crazy. And it's definitely going to because of the 2-year hiatus. Yeah. So I imagine the only thing that's going to be bigger than this is probably Coachella this year. Yeah. Because that same thing. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, if you get a chance this year, hit up all your RSVPs and make your way out to South by Southwest. Have some fun.
Wear some comfortable shoes. Don't wear something that you covet. So it's got to be a shoe that you don't mind fucking up, because this
pair of Vans. Best way to go.
Best way to go. Kicks gonna get fucked. Kicks gonna get scuffed.
Either Vans or some Chucks. Yeah. Some Crocs. Something comfortable.
Keep your Yeezys at home.
Yeah, keep your Yeezys at home. And then that too, like because it was hot last time I went. Like, make sure you bring some and drink water. Don't be a dumbass. Yeah. But anyways, you know, since it's February, we got this special thing called Valentine's Day coming up. Oh, yeah.
Is there a worse fucking holiday? Is there like I won't say worse. Is there a more pointless fucking holiday? Like, seriously, if you're in a relationship, why do I need to celebrate a fucking day just to prove that I'm like, I love somebody?
I hate what it is. Yeah. I liked what it was when I was a kid, because all you had to do is get the little cards.
Candy heart cards, shit like that.
Those are cool. If I could be an adult and do that shit, I mean, I can, but I don't think my girl would appreciate it that much.
Nobody minds that, but it's just, I don't know. Like, do you have plans for this year?
Man, it's just hard with this shit now, because like COVID and everything, and trying to figure out like what I wanted to do, like something out of town, but I don't think I'll be able to. Everything's coming too quick. Yeah, I've been way too busy, so just try to do something special.
Like, we're pretty simple, so we're just gonna go to dinner.
Yeah, like a dinner,
chama, like but that. We're doing it like a week after.
How you feel about like Valentine's Day gifts though? It's like you just hit Christmas.
I know.
You just hit, and then now it's like
it's one, you just hit Christmas. Two, you might have some people in your family who have birthdays in January. Yep. Which sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. Like my year is planned out by like birthdays and shit. And so like back before I was in a relationship, after Christmas, I knew I had a solid it would be a solid month and a half to where like I would be like, all right, I ain't gotta break bread for nothing else, because ain't nobody's birthday until like mid-February. Yeah. That's my sister. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like March comes my mom, April comes me, chillin' May, June is my other sister and my dad, and I'm done. Now I'm in a relationship. And so now basically the first like 8 months of the year, just like there's a birthday in all of them. And I'm just like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's even like, and then also you might plan a vacation for spring break, and you got to start paying for shit early. So this is my second year planning a vacation for spring break, so I've fucking already committed money to a trip, and that started in January, like right after New Year's. We fucking purchased the flight tickets and everything. So
vacations are very hard for me. They're hard for me because I overbook myself, and it's hard to get out of those commitments. Yeah. And I'm so used to just like being dolo and doing shit dolo that I rarely consider like what's going on. This is like family trips. Like my parents wanted to go on a cruise right before COVID hit, and I barely made that shit. Yeah. I was just like, I had to cancel a bunch of shit. It's rough. Like I'm working towards something. I have a end goal, not an end goal, but I have a something I'm trying to achieve. So that's why I work so much, you know. And then like shit like that pops up, and I know like it's family and all that shit, moments and you know all that jazz. But at the same time, it's just like let me make my money.
Yeah.
So that way these trips will be better.
I know, man. That's all I be thinking is just like, man, like, why do I gotta spend money right now when I can just not spend money and just sit on this paper? You know what I'm saying?
Like
Granted, I do
stack up. You know.
Granted, I'm just when I go to Chicago, I'm just gonna be using my Capital One card simply because the increased spending limit they gave me. So I'll be good on that. It's just like, you know, like I'd rather just take more cash with me instead of using a credit card, unfortunately. But I've come to just basically get by on the credit card and just always make my payments on it and keep going. But back to Valentine's Day. It's unnecessary to me. It like really is.
Any day can be Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Like that's my thing. It's just like this is just the most unnecessary holiday. Motherfucking restaurants are gonna be making bank off of it because they know motherfuckers all gonna go and break bread and shit and spend a lot of money there. Diamond stores, any other gift shop or something, they got their Valentine's Day
Think about it
specials
though.
and shit.
How many gifts are bought during Valentine's Day, and how often are those gifts either like consistently used or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you buy somebody a necklace or some shit, like they're not gonna wear that shit every day.
No.
And then if you buy them another necklace the next year, it's like, goddamn, because I have one watch.
Yeah.
Like I have other watches, but this is the only watch I wear.
I'm not a jewelry guy.
Yeah, like I don't know, like, and like to give me something for Valentine's Day, I don't know. I guess like shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I want. Just like a pair of kicks or something.
Some sneakers, because I'm not expecting you to buy me like a PS5 and no shit like that.
Yeah, I mean you wouldn't be able to find one for an affordable price.
Yeah,
I wouldn't feel right if someone bought me a PS5 at the prices they're at right now.
You would definitely have to give up Smash.
Like yeah, fuck, man.
All right, let's get this shit in.
All right, I guess I'm your little whore. Just I don't know.
All this for my PlayStation.
Also, what it brings to mind is Valentine's Day will be the 1 year anniversary of the state of Texas shutting down because of the blizzard.
Oh yeah.
Because I do remember it vividly. Valentine's Day should have been on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my girl decided to do like the dinner and shit early. So I went to her apartment and we were just like, all right, we're just going to go get dinner Friday night. We had our dinner because that was the only time we can get like a reservation and shit. And then that night, I believe, was the night that the snow started coming down.
Damn.
And then we were just like, you know, it went from like, oh man, dope, it's snowing, fuck yeah, to by the time the power and water went out, we were just like, oh fuck, I hate you.
How many days was it?
It was a week.
Yeah.
It was a solid week because I didn't have to go to work that whole next week. It should have only been, it was only supposed to be a weekend, and it ended up turning into a whole fucking. I don't think I went back to work till Friday that next week because that was when they were like, okay, it should be not as treacherous outside. You should be able to.
And see that whole time, I mean, because I'm not from Texas, right?
Yeah.
So like I drove in the snow and like all kinds of shit before, so I was still out.
Yeah,
I was like going to fucking Jollibee getting chicken and shit. Like I was still out here in these streets, baby.
Can you get a 3-piece, please?
But like the whole shit shut down, and then like just like the power was out, and it's just like, I mean, we were good at my house. Like the power was out, but we got a shit ton of blankets. We got shit to stay warm, so we were straight. But it's just like, and then like even last week with this freeze that we were supposed to have.
Yeah, people are overreacting as fuck now. Like I feel like everyone's paranoid now.
They closed down schools.
Yes.
And all kinds of shit. Like I didn't have to work for 2 days. I'm like, and there was no ice outside at all.
No, I did. Was it Wednesday or I think it was Thursday. Like I had to thaw my car out.
Yeah,
it had ice all over.
But I mean, it wasn't like.
But it wasn't
like a fucking snowstorm.
Yeah,
like it wasn't no shit to like cancel work for.
And the thing is, like we're over preparing now because now we're playing like better safe than sorry. But it's like if you motherfuckers like looked at like the news app said it before it came, it was like, this will not be like last year.
Yeah.
They had to put in like big caps. And still, motherfuckers went and panic bought everything at HEB.
It was at
Like,
HEB
still.
buying up all the water and like toilet paper and shit. And
I
was
saw
just like,
somebody like getting into their car and they had like 4 fucking packs of like the 24 packs of water. And I was just like, dog, really?
yeah.
Like, seriously? It ain't
like,
even that serious,
It
dog.
is not that serious. So now they dumbasses sitting at home with all these cases of water and shit.
Fucking idiots. Anyways, but yeah, Valentine's Day in a nutshell. But speaking of Valentine's Day,
Dog.
we saw something dope. To me, I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
So if y'all haven't checked out the Tinder Swindler on Netflix right now, you gotta
you gotta go watch that shit.
You gotta go watch. This shit is incredible. The finesse that this guy has.
This nigga is like the king of finesse.
The GOAT.
Man, so if y'all are watching this and y'all haven't watched Tinder Swindler yet, like just turn this shit off right now.
Yeah, because we gotta get in the spoilers.
We about to spoil the shit out this. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. I mean, if you don't want to watch it and you just want to hear the stories, and proceed.
Sure thing.
But this shit was crazy. This shit. So I assume this is how niggas feel when women have like those fake accounts.
Yeah.
And they be sending them like fake, like, oh, well, give me your credit card. And like,
yeah,
the next thing you know, these niggas like $10,000 in debt. And it's like, oh, well, this girl on whatever said. So long story short, it was a group of girls, probably a shit ton of girls, because this motherfucker was scamming. This nigga was just scamming.
Scammer.
He would be on Tinder and he would match with these girls, and he looked like this fucking like millionaire.
He did his research because he basically like picked like a real diamond guru, like a real diamond billionaire, and like said that he was his son. And it came back that he wasn't his son, but like that would be his intro into your life.
He had this intricate story about having enemies and all this shit. He would swoon swoon these women with money that other females gave him.
Stupid fucking women, because they fell for it. And my man's like, well, here I won't say it. I won't call him stupid, because the rollout to start was awesome. My man, he spares no expense on the first date, of course, because he's not paying for it.
Yeah, everybody else is paying for that shit.
He flexes on you by inviting you to his hotel to have coffee. And then from there, he tells you, like, I really like you. Let's spend more time together. I got a private plane to catch. Hop on with me. So all these women are just they fucking like, oh my God, he's inviting me on a private plane. Time out right there. That could have went left. You know what I'm saying? That's how, like, when I saw that shit and how quick she was to accept, I was like, that's why human trafficking is at like a fucking all-time high right now. Yeah. Cause y'all she fell for like the basic thing.
Ladies, don't be so amped up by nice dinner and a private jet.
Yeah.
Cause that nigga might be getting his money from other women.
Yeah. and even her friend said it. Like when they were like showing the text messages, she was like, are you sure you're not about to get human trafficked? Like, you fucking idiot. Anyways, she hops on private jet. It ends up being real. They go to a hotel in like a different city. I think it was like they went from London to Oslo or something. And he smashes and like gets like real intimate with her. And then basically hits her with like his phone starts blowing up and says, it's kind of dangerous. Let me fly you back home. And that's it. And he like leaves it at that. So like but the thing is, like, he has like an entourage with him. Yeah. And the whole entourage is in on the scam with him. That's the craziest part about it. Yeah. To make you think it's professional.
And then they run the same shit like every time.
Yes.
They run the same bit.
Yes.
It's like, how many times can these people get got by the same bit? Like, somebody out there has to have said, like, yo, like, this motherfucker swindled me out of fucking $60,000.
The first bitch was like $250,000. Almost. Because she kept pulling loans.
She kept pulling loans.
Pulling fucking loans.
I'm like, yo, you taking out, like, a mortgage on your house, like all kinds of shit, just to send this nigga money because like of his enemies.
And all you got to do is just hit ignore on the phone. Yeah, essentially. But I'm
like, I guess that nigga's dead. I don't know.
Nigga tells you he loves you, and all of a sudden you fucking, oh my God, I gotta save his life.
That shit's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that was hilarious.
So even with that, so this is what I'm thinking too, man. So it's just like you have like, is it the I'm gonna say like it's the money.
It is. No, she admitted it. She said like the first thing what a healthy relationship looked like was what was presented to her from Disney movies as a kid. Mm-hmm. So she was like, Beauty and the Beast was my favorite movie. And things like that. So I always, and she was like, it's not bad to look for a man who has like you want the man with the total package. He has to have like good financing and shit. So that's what she was blinded by, was just that, and didn't do like the attention to detail and realize that like, yo, if you've only been dating for 3 months and man's asking you for $20K, like, come on, like, but
red flag.
The scam was off the initial date, and what she saw, that made her think that he was always good for it.
Yeah, like the money's gonna come back.
Yeah.
And then when she got that check, and he was like, well, it's out of my hands.
Oh, my bad. That check bounced, baby.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I laughed at it the whole way, but, like, it's like I said, working at the bank, I saw the opposite side of this.
Yeah.
Like, I told you about the kid who basically, like, same thing. Kid doesn't look bad. Like, he's not ugly. He's not morbidly obese.
Like he could get it. He could get a date.
He looks like a very intelligible like kid who, if he wanted to, can talk to a girl and meet meet a significant other or something like that. Yeah. And he fell for it too. Met a girl on like Tinder or something. Started talking to her. She gave him her OnlyFans. He got connected to that. They kept talking through there, and then eventually she was like, "Well, I want to send you some money. Give me your bank account." And instead of just giving her his bank account and routing number, he gave her his access to his bank account, like to sign in on all of our shit. And this bitch ran him up with like phony fucking checks that all bounced.
Yeah.
And so like I think he was owed like almost to the tune of $10K back to us.
God,
and it's because you're complicit in the scam.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If it's complicit fraud, then if you give someone access to your shit, we count you as complicit. And so if we can't catch them, you're the one who got to pay that shit back, unfortunately.
But it's shit's wild. You know what though? Like I hate to say it, but I kind of give dude props.
I was low
because
key
this is the first time I've seen a dude do this shit to women,
working the fuck out of it.
Like, this is the first time I've seen dudes do some type of shit like this to women. I've always seen dudes spend thousands and thousands of dollars on these chicks, and these chicks don't give a fuck about these dudes. And they're just like, well, whatever. He's going to drop another, like, $2-3 grand in my account and, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, they just fucking roll with it. But this nigga was milking the shit out these.
My man funded, like, for, because I'll break it down. There's girl 1, we'll call it girl 2, and then girl 3. Girl 3 is the one who shuts everything down. But my man was funding a summer vacation with girl 2 off of girl 1. Like, you got to understand this. He was going to like Santorini, Greece and shit.
This nigga was in cabanas popping bottles.
This nigga was balling.
Eating lobster.
All the while he keeps he hits girl 1 up for a go get another loan.
My enemies.
Yeah, my enemies.
They're coming to get me.
My enemies coming. I need 50 G's now, baby.
They froze my cards and accounts.
Get that gold Amex.
I need the money.
Get the gold Amex in that bitch too.
I'm sorry, I hate to laugh on
her. Fuck her.
Yeah, but that shit is crazy. If a person asks me and you're not family and you ask me for that amount of money, I'm like, sorry, bro, I don't know what I could do for you because I'm not taking out no loans. I'm not getting no fucking credit card. I don't care if you got the money.
I mean, if you family, I'm gonna sit with you and we can come up with a plan together.
Like, but it's like who we gotta rob? Cause
I'm not going to Quicken Loans.
I'm not fucking
asking for 50.
Hell nah, you tripping?
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like some of the people I know that do have money. Like if they ever hit me, it was like, "Hey, Chuck, bro, like $10,000." I'm like, "I'm sorry, bro, I can't do it. I want to help you. Maybe we can start a GoFundMe or
GoFundMe.
Fuck it, I'll start OnlyFans.
Like I'll help you plan a robbery, but I won't go along with it.
Can't,
you know what I'm saying? Like something along that line, but. To her, girl number 1 was super gullible in my opinion.
Yeah, she was.
That was mad gullible.
Poor girl.
For her. And that's why I feel no remorse that she still owes the $250,000 back. Girl number 2 kind of was like, she hit my man in the front. Yeah, you know what? Never fuck girl 2 because she put him in the friend zone and he still got money out of her. She said, I want to be your friend. And he was like, okay, cool. And then still finesse the bag out of her, man.
But what was crazy is that not just like these 3 chicks, but like everybody else that like sent in like some shit. Like he was like, oh, like he babysit my kids or whatever. And then like he ran up a bill here and never paid. Like this motherfucker was just in the United States, overseas, just racking up tabs everywhere.
A fuck.
Living his best fucking life.
In all these cities and shit that you see in a James Bond movie too.
Yeah.
Like he's in all these places. Prague, Oslo, London, Belgium. All these cities you wanted to visit. My man is just there. Just
balling the fuck out.
Cloud hopping, nigga.
Yeah.
Clear port.
He like, what? Yo, the funniest shit was whenever he was like, okay, I'll give you one of my watches. And he gave this chick a fake watch. I was like, God damn.
I knew that shit was fake too. I was like, man,
I was
like, my girl was like, man, maybe it's fake. And I was just like, really? It's like, maybe he bought, because like they were saying like he always like, he's laced in Gucci and shit. And I was like, maybe that's one of the one real things he got. And the bitch came up fake. I was like, God damn. My nigga got.
I was thinking that too whenever old girl was selling his clothes though. And see, the third one was smart. She was like, well, fuck it. She's like, if I can't get my money back, she's like, I'm gonna sell all this nigga shit. So she met up with this motherfucker and like, and this is right before, because like they ended up having like a camera crew like track this motherfucker down and like take pictures, and they ran a story on him. So he wasn't able to like swindle any more girls.
Yeah.
So he's, I guess, out living in like the woods or some shit. I don't fucking know where this dude's living at, but
somewhere in Prague or something like that.
Yeah. And so he's like, I have no more money. Like, like nigga, he was. Yeah, you think about like, bro, you was balling for how long, and you ain't stashed none of that shit aside. Like, you a dummy.
So that's my movie idea right there. Is because it was like she said he was like staying in a hostel at that time.
He was
like
sending pictures, looking all homeless.
Like, yeah,
and shit.
look at homeless. And that's the movie idea right there. I was like, what if the movie starts right there, where he's living in the hostel, like sharing living, and then like, you know, like they're at like a shared meal or something, and everyone's like going around like, oh, what do you do, and blah blah. And he's like, I had millions, but then my enemies came out. Like he's like the untrustworthy narrator, and he's still like calling them girls and enemies and shit. It's just like, and it just tells the whole story. I was like, that'd be a dope ass way to do the movie.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
We might have to get into that.
I had my enemies came after me.
You know what's funny is like, I was just sitting here, it's like I didn't want to watch it at first. I was like, man, fuck it, let me put it on. Like, and then I started watching, nigga, I was in.
That's me too.
I was hooked. I was like,
why is this shit hitting like a motherfucker?
I was like, God damn. There was some sense, I can't even front. There was some sense of satisfaction that this shit was happening to a chick, just because so many dudes
get finessed.
Well,
every time you see like the big scammer story, it's always like a girl.
Yeah.
So it's always a girl scamming like a guy and shit. And it's just like, damn, we got one.
Hey, we got one.
We got one, man.
This nigga, what's his name? Simon?
My
man Simon.
My man Simon. Simon says, give me the bread.
It wasn't right what you did, but goddamn, bro, you did that shit well.
Hey, and he ain't scammed no sisters either.
Yeah, because sisters weren't falling for that shit.
They wouldn't fall.
They were like, nigga, call your mama.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Oh shit.
It's like, to me, because like a bunch of them were like Northern European women. I was like, is there something with like Swedish, Finnish women or something like that, to where they're like super trusting? Because like maybe I got the game fucked up.
But see, now those are the only 3 that were talking about it. But there was other ones.
But that's what I said. Like they found the article from like Finland, and it said he scammed 3 Finnish women out of money too.
Yeah.
Earlier, and then like those other 2, the first one was from Sweden, and the other one was from I forgot where it said she was from. I think she might have been from Sweden too.
I'm gonna say the most fucked up thing about this whole, like, him swindling everybody is this nigga's baby mama was in on it.
Yes.
This bitch was on the plane.
Yes.
Living a good life while he was out here running around with these women.
Dog.
And she was just like, go ahead, just get the money, my nigga, and like bring back the bag.
No. The best part was she put in a good word for the nigga, man. That's the craziest part.
Like, that's ride or die.
Girl one talked to her. She had a heartfelt conversation. And she was like, he's a great guy.
She's all on the plane holding his baby like, yeah, this motherfucker's awesome.
He's a great guy. You know? Just give me the money.
Little do you know, he's about to get fucking $250,000 out of your ass.
Goodness, just... And the cherry on top is he's free now.
Yeah.
He only got 15 months and only served 5 months. So he's free. because I don't know. I guess like the scamming laws in other countries just aren't as strict as they are here in America. So that's like another leg up for him is he did all this shit in Europe.
And guess what? This nigga's still riding around in Ferraris.
Yeah, he's still balling.
Still balling in Lamborghinis.
The only thing that happened to him is he can't get on Tinder no more. And that was when I immediately looked at my girl and was like, why doesn't he go to Bumble or Hinge? Like, I mean, like, seriously. Like, he can do it all.
That's going to be the part 2 of the movie.
Oh, my God.
Gets on Bumble.
I hope this man comes back. I hope Return of the Mac. He's the epitome of Return of the Mac.
He's all on Christian Mingle and shit.
My name is Simon. I love God. Glory be to him.
Oh, man.
Oh, good.
All right. But, all seriousness, it's fucked up. But it was very entertaining.
If you haven't had a chance, definitely check out the Tinder Swindler. We're not. These aren't fake laughs. This is a really enjoyable documentary.
This is genuine.
It's good shit. Real good shit. You girls might feel some type of way, but I mean,
you know what though? Like, I feel like a lot of women that watch it, like, yo, that bitch is stupid.
Yeah. My girl was saying that. She was just shaking her head like, you're a fucking idiot.
Why is this chick so dumb?
Like, really? We dating a man for 3 months and he asked me for $30K and I'm just gonna give it to him?
Like, oh, here you go.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh man. Well, shit, on that note, we're gonna move it on over to Music Corner. But if you haven't got a chance to check it out yet, check out the Tinder Swindler. And if y'all have seen it, please comment and, chop it up with us about the Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, let us know.
All right, but anyways, moving on to fucking Music Corner.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I had sent you a link to a song.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, it was a Detox. I'm going to say this is Detox.
I was going to say, like, if you take everything that Dre has put out in 10 years, Detox is in there somewhere.
Yeah, this is definitely Detox.
Since he announced that, 20 years now. Since he announced Detox, there are, like, you can compile Detox out of, like, the tracks he's had out. Like, take some shit off of Compton, put all 6 of these, or it is 6.
How many is it?
Let me see.
What's crazy is, like, on Apple Music. So what we're talking about is GTA, The Contract. And it's like this album that got put out
6. Called it an EP.
Oh yeah, EP. It got put out on Apple Music or Spotify, and like they're all single songs.
Yeah,
they don't like. I found one where they were like all together.
Yeah, someone on Spotify just threw together the playlist for me. Yeah.
It's on here on Apple Music somewhere, but dog, like I'm gonna say all the tracks on them are dope.
No, they're all fire. They all give you like the Dre that you know and love, but it's like it's the perfect like evolution of music. Like it's how I expect Dr. Dre to sound in 2022.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dog, the production on that shit was so good,
and it is. Like I was gonna say that
the drums, like when that gospel track comes in with him and Eminem, bro, like the drums on that shit are so hard. I was
gonna say that's why I love Diamond Mine, because like the beat is so layered.
Yeah, like
it has the drums, it has the bass line, it has everything, and then like right at the end, this nigga just randomly throws in horns. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. And I'm just like, God damn, why do you put those horns? That's nice. It's just like all the beats are so layered. It's just the production quality is amazing, and it's just like damn. And he floats. He gave this to GTA. Like, granted, it's GTA. Like, I get it. It's a big fucking game. But
how you get Dr. Dre to do that shit and not even put out Detox?
I'm saying,
like, GTA got something special.
He'll do anything but Detox.
He's like, oh, what? Fucking Fortnite wants me to do some shit.
Fuck it.
All right. Well, what about Detox? Nah, we doing Fortnite. But Dre, yeah.
But nah, Diamond Mine definitely my favorite track on there.
He kind of on there talking that shit too.
Oh yeah, he talking the shit again.
So I'm about to find him another gold digger. I was like, God damn.
Gospel is nice. Sans the Eminem verse.
Yeah.
Eminem's verse is like 50% good, 50% trash. Like he hits a point like midway through the verse where I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm good on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like the beat is sick on that.
Yeah, I really like the joint with him, Busta Rhymes, and was it him, Busta,
Snoop Dogg,
Snoop, and who
else
is on there?
Fuck, hold on.
Is it Rick Ross?
Nah, he's on his own track. Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah. It's a Scenic Route, right?
Yeah, Scenic Route.
Oh no, that's Scenic Route is Rick Ross.
My bad. Yeah, ETA. Scenic Route is the Ross song. Yeah, with Anderson .Paak also.
To hear all three of the motherfuckers on that shit, like him, Snoop, and fucking Busta Rhymes.
Yeah,
that shit is dope.
It's crazy because the Scenic Route sounds like a Ross track.
Yeah,
that sounds like something that Ross would have on one of his albums.
But even what did Dre say on that? He's like Rick Ross and Dr. Dre. How crazy is that, or some shit?
Yeah.
And I think, like, come to think about it, like, what songs have they ever been on to, like, even production wise? Like, I don't know if Rick Ross has ever had. He probably had some.
He probably had like a Dre beat back in the day that I just didn't look too hard into or something like that. But I know him and Anderson .Paak worked together before. But nah, definitely, it's dope. Like, I really wish this was a full 12-track album or something.
Yeah,
like I could go for 6 more.
Yeah, I listened to this shit like the whole way through.
Yeah, I was in the gym and I just kept running it back. Like, I was just like, fuck it, I gotta get it again. This shit is nice. But definitely makes me, every time I hear something new from Dre.
Yeah,
like,
see, there it is. They have it on Rockstar Games.
Yeah,
and they have like the whole like playlist on there. So you got gospel, first track, Scenic Route, Dr. Dre, Rick Ross, Anderson .Paak, Black Privilege. Damn, see that? Jen getting to me, baby. ETA, Busta Rhymes, Snoop, Anderson .Paak. Yo, I'm going to say, yeah, Diamond Mind and Scenic Route are probably my favorite joints.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Those are the fucking ones right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, those are the joints.
But no, it's definitely fire. But yeah, it's like you said. Every time he puts something out and it's not Detox, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, can we get Detox?
It's like, I know he's a perfectionist. I know, but it's just like, you can't keep dropping like heat like this.
Hey, you know what though? Like, whenever they showed that commercial for GTA and they had like them two, him and Anderson .Paak in the studio, I was like, well, that's never gonna get released. And the next thing you know, we get fucking like 6 songs. And this shit is so dope.
Also, you brought that up. You brought it up also. The new Pusha T Diet Coke.
Yeah, new Pusha T.
Fucking fire.
That shit is nice. That shit is, man. So on the way home last night from a gig, I just had that shit on repeat. I was like, God.
Pusha T makes the best music for you to imagine you a coke dealer too.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I didn't get to hear in that, I don't think I heard his signature. Yeah. Push. Yo, so since we're watching Dark Knight, there was this meme that I seen, and it was like that part where Harvey Dent's in the hospital right here.
Yeah.
And the Joker's in there.
He's like, you mean to tell me you didn't know that was a Joker? Yeah.
He did not, like, until he took his mask off, and he was like, oh.
Nigga only had one eye, and he's pumped up on drugs. But yeah, that floats on Twitter like every 6 months.
Yeah,
somebody will pop that up and just.
When I first seen that shit, I was dying. I was like, I never thought of it like that. That's actually kind of funny.
Until he takes the mask off.
He takes the mask off and he's like, he's all like, bro, you could tell it's a fucking man in a nurse's costume.
Man. I'm just gonna chalk it up to half his face being burned off, and he's on heavy medication.
Oh yeah. But shit, on that note, we're gonna have to wrap this episode up.
Yes, sir.
So we'll catch y'all on the next one. Be sure to make y'all way to the Instagram. Give us a like, a follow on all the shit that we're doing. The YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's subscribed and everybody that checks out the videos. I don't know how much y'all really like the videos. Y'all get to see our face and shit, but yeah, it's there if y'all want it.
Yes, sir. Once again, big shout out to Amanda and Juanita. And if you guys have not gotten your merch packs yet, definitely get those.
Yeah, we got a few left.
Couple.
Yeah, we got a few left.
Couple left.
Hit us up. Make sure you get those, and we got some more shit coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Be on the lookout. Peace.
Bye.